In the rich tapestry of Islamic belief, woven intricately with threads of divine justice, mercy, and accountability, lies the profound concept of Jahannam. Jahannam is the Arabic term for hell, a realm of eternal punishment and suffering, reserved for those who reject the divine message of Allah and stray from the righteous path. Jahannam stands as a stark and solemn reminder of the severe consequences that await those who choose disobedience and rebellion over submission to the will of God. It is a place where the scales of divine justice are meticulously balanced, and the weight of one's deeds and actions determines their eternal fate. The Quran, the holy book of Islam, vividly and graphically portrays Jahannam as a terrifying and tangible reality, not a mere abstract concept or metaphor. This realm of retribution serves as a powerful and compelling deterrent against wrongdoing, urging believers to lead a life of piety, devotion, and righteousness. Jahannam is an integral and essential part of the Islamic belief system, deeply embedded in the faith's teachings and principles. It demonstrates the absolute and unwavering justice of Allah, who rewards the righteous with the eternal bliss and serenity of paradise, and metes out punishment to the wicked in accordance with their transgressions and sins. The concept of Jahannam is not meant to instill paralyzing fear, but to awaken a profound sense of responsibility and accountability within individuals. It serves as a poignant reminder that our actions and choices in this transient and fleeting world have eternal and lasting repercussions. By reflecting deeply upon the reality of Jahannam, Muslims are encouraged to purify their hearts, seek sincere forgiveness for their sins, and strive to live a life that is pleasing and acceptable to Allah. Ultimately, the belief in Jahannam reinforces the paramount importance of making conscious and deliberate choices that align with Islamic teachings and values. It highlights the critical importance of seeking Allah's guidance, mercy, and wisdom in navigating the challenges and trials of life and choosing the path that leads to eternal salvation and peace. Jahannam is described in the Quran with vivid imagery that leaves no doubt about its horrors. The descriptions are meant to evoke a sense of fear and urgency, compelling believers to avoid the path that leads to such a dreadful fate. It is a place of intense heat and suffering, where fire is the dominant element. The searing flames are relentless, consuming everything in their path without mercy. The Quran describes it as a blazing fire, fueled by the wrath of Allah, eternally consuming those who dwell within its depths. This fire is not like any earthly fire. It is far more intense and unyielding. The flames of Jahannam are unlike any fire in the earthly realm. They are described as black and dark, a stark contrast to the bright flames we know, adding to the terror of the place. The Quran speaks of scorching wind and boiling water that will scald the skin of the inhabitants. This boiling water is not just hot, it is described as being so intense that it peels the skin off the bones. The torment of thirst is another prominent theme, with descriptions of boiling and putrid water that only intensifies the agony of the inhabitants. This water is not only undrinkable, but also adds to their suffering. Those condemned to Jahannam will be shackled and dragged through the flames, their suffering amplified by the knowledge that their torment will never cease. The chains are heavy and unbreakable, symbolizing the eternal nature of their punishment. The Quranic verses paint a terrifying picture of Jahannam as a physical and psychological inferno. The mental torment is as severe as the physical pain, with no hope of reprieve or escape. The physical pain is unbearable, but it is the mental anguish and spiritual despair that truly define the torment of Jahannam. The realization of eternal suffering without any hope of redemption adds to the horror. These graphic descriptions serve as a stark warning to believers, urging them to contemplate the consequences of their actions and to choose the path of righteousness over the allure of sin. The vivid imagery is meant to guide and remind them of the importance of living a virtuous life. Jahannam is not depicted as a uniform realm of suffering. Rather, it consists of multiple levels, each with its own unique form of punishment. These levels are meticulously designed to reflect the gravity of the sins committed by individuals. The deeper the level, the more severe the torment. This gradation ensures that the punishment is proportionate to the misdeeds, creating a system of divine retribution that is both fair and just. This hierarchy of suffering reflects the concept of divine justice, where the severity of punishment is commensurate with the magnitude of one's sins. It serves as a stark reminder of the consequences of one's actions in the mortal world. The Quran mentions 7 gates of hell, each leading to a different level of punishment. These gates symbolize the entry points to various realms of suffering, each more harrowing than the last. Those guilty of minor sins will occupy the higher levels, where the torment is less intense, while those who committed grave sins and persisted in disbelief will be cast into the deepest depths, where the torment is most severe and unrelenting. The levels of Jahannam serve as a reminder that every act of disobedience, no matter how small, carries weight in the eyes of Allah. It emphasizes the importance of mindfulness in one's actions and the need for constant self-reflection. The concept of varying levels of punishment emphasizes the importance of seeking Allah's forgiveness. It encourages believers to repent for their sins and strive for righteousness in their daily lives. It underscores the Islamic belief that Allah is just and merciful, and His judgment will be based on the deeds and intentions of each individual. This belief provides hope and reassurance that divine justice will prevail and mercy will be granted to those who earnestly seek it. Jahannam is the ultimate destination for those who reject Allah's message and live a life contrary to His teachings. This includes disbelievers who deny the existence of Allah or refuse to accept His message, and hypocrites who outwardly profess belief but harbor doubt and insincerity in their hearts. Oppressors and those who spread corruption on earth are also destined for Jahannam. Those who hoard wealth and neglect the rights of the poor, those who engage in injustice and transgression, and those who lead others astray from the path of righteousness will face the consequences of their actions in the hereafter. Jahannam serves as a reminder that true success lies not in material wealth or worldly power, but in living a life of piety, compassion, and obedience to Allah. This diverse population of Jahannam serves as a reminder that divine judgment is not based on social standing, wealth, or lineage, but on the purity of one's heart and actions.